What's up? Alright guys, so you have to have your coffee before you make these filters. It doesn't have to be Starbucks, this is Keurig coffee. Alright guys, fish breeder. We're going to talk about this filter today. This is a peanut jar. First you need to buy some peanuts and eat them all. Dump them in a bag, whatever you want to do. Alright, so we got our lid. Boom, check that out. Alright, I've already pre-drilled everything and stuck my hose in here. When you do this right here, you want to use a 5mm drill bit. The reason you want to use a 5mm drill bit is this line is 6mm wide. So you're going to kind of force it in here. It's not going to be easy. But when you're using a peanut jar, you can fit your hands in here. It's pretty cool. So, alright, so let's talk about the filtration we're going to use for this. Pot scrubbies. Alright, so pot scrubbies. You can buy 6 of these for $1. The larger ones, you see the difference in size. The larger ones are 3 for $1. So what I'm going to do is take all my little ones. I'm going to start putting them in here. I put all my smaller ones in first. Oh, sorry, got scissors. I'll pack them in there nice and tight. See how we're getting them in there nice and tight, flat. I'm going to fit as many as we can in here. Now when you do this, it's ceramic media is a little bit better, but for what I'm using this for, this is going to work. So I'm taking my bigger ones now, putting them in. I'm going to pack them in there nice and tight. Alright, so getting closer to Christmas, you can buy a bag of this, boom, for $3. It's just 100% polyester. I'm going to take a piece of this, just tear it off. I'm going to pack the end. We're going to use this for our mechanical media. Looks like cotton, but it's not. You can use the sheets too. You go to like clothing fabrication stores, stuff like that, they have the full roll. I mean, this bag was $3, so I'm using about 10 cents worth on this filter. Alright, now I'm going to pack the lid too. You see my holes are drilled. I'm going to pack my lid. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on the end. Boom. Alright, now there's a few things you can do with this. You can paint these, use like a Krylon. Once it cures, it's safe for your fish. So you can paint this like blue, black, whatever color you want. Just use a Krylon plastic paint. You can paint the lid, you can paint everything. Just make sure that when you paint the lid, that the lid is off. You don't want to paint it with the lid on because it'll get stuck on here and you won't be able to change your mechanical media, which is all your poly that you've got on the end here. Alright, so the way this is going to work, it's going to stand up in my tank. I'll probably wind up drilling a hole right about here, the same 5mm hole, and I'll put a suction cup on here, and I will suction cup this to the side of my tank. This is going in my breeder tank, so I'm not going to paint it. It's not going to look like anything crazy. What's going to happen is your air is going to come through here. It's going to bubble up. And when it does that, it draws water through these holes right here. So you're going to draw water through here. It's going to go up. It's going to filter through all this. This is your biological media. Okay, all your good bacteria is going to be sitting inside here, and the water is going to be flowing up through it. It's going to help with your ammonia, nitrates, nitrites, help flow. So this is how you build the peanut filter. Now this is really good for water clearing too. If you have some dirty water, this is good stuff. I'm probably going to pack some more polyurethane in here just to give this a nice tight seal, because I don't want all the crud getting stuck in my scrubbies, aka media. That's it. That's how you do it. Read on. Alright, so just to continue on, this is how this thing works. Okay, the air line that I have in here, I need to push in a little bit further. It's not really centered. I'm only getting air on one side of this thing. So I'm going to push this in. This is at a bit of an angle after I put the suction cup on it. It's just suction cup to the side of my tank. Alright, so the way this is working is, you guys saw the holes that we drilled on the bottom. The air is pulling through here, and what it's doing is pulling water from the bottom. It's going through our mechanical media, which is our filtration for like our small particles, that kind of stuff. And then it's going through our biomedia, which are all our pot scrubbies. Alright guys, so if I take out the cost of the peanuts and just take the jar and everything that's in here, this build cost me, you know, $3 to $4. You do need an in-air pump, the airline, so whatever those cost you. Most of us have those laying around. If not, you can get them at a garage sale for next to nothing. If you don't want to go to the store and buy one. If you do go to the store and buy one, guys, what's a pump cost? $10. So you can build basically a little filtration system for your tank for, you know, next to nothing. As far as this goes, I only run this, you know, about an hour or two. And the reason that I do that, I do leave this in my tank, but I shut the pump off. That guy right there, you just shut it off. The reason that I don't run this all the time is, you know, I just use it for water clearing. I don't use it for actual filtration on my tank. You can use this as a filtration on your tank, but it's not going to be the sole filtration. This thing right here is not going to get rid of everything that these guys put out. I mean, I've got probably about 200 fish in this tank. It's about 80 gallons between the 3 different tanks. So I don't use this as my main filtration in my tank. Being that I run so many fish in here, I am going to build a little sump for this. It's going to be small. It's not going to be anything big. I'm going to do another video on that one as well. So at any rate, you can shut your pump off. Make sure that you leave this in your tank, because you do want to build the bacteria in here. That's the whole point of having your this media in here, is to build bacteria. Bacteria will turn your ammonia into nitrites, so on and so forth. Help cycle your tank. This does take, in an established tank like this, it'll probably take about 25-30 hours for this thing to build this bacteria inside here. If you're doing this in a new tank, it's going to take longer than that, probably about a week and a half, about 10 days. So at any rate, there it is. And like I said, it cost me about, what, $4? You can get a pump for $10, Walmart, or, you know, one of your pet stores. So that's how we do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We need subscriptions so we can keep doing our videos. Dang. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.